Welcome back. It's a nice, breezy, gloomy, overcast, rainy day today, and today we're gonna hit this, and we're gonna do it with two things. We're gonna do it with, I went out and I looked in the closet and I found a big brush and vinegar and water. Today we're going to smell like a summer's eve, but I've used this before and it's worked before. It takes some time, and we'll go through the whole process, and I'll give you a time lapse from beginning to end, and we'll see if this actually works as good as it used to. All right, but basically right now this panel is, you know, it's a little wavy, but it's just all surface rust. There's no holes, so we're gonna buff this out and douse it down and keep it wet for an hour. And while this is doing, I'm going to clean up the garage and everything, but here we go. Safety first. And when it comes to grinding this kind of stuff, I'll start on this end and work my way this way, so I can shoot all the shit off in that direction. But it's going to make it's going to be messy, and it's going to make a lot of dust, and I'm definitely going to have to take the swabs to my nose tonight whenever I get done, before I take my shower, because you're going to get dirty on this one. So let's have some fun. Shit. Thought you were the wife. Okay, guys, you don't know nothing about her trip money being short. Don't know nothing, okay? You don't know anything about this. But while you're here, like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. You don't know nothing. Okay, now basically all I did was just knock off the top layer of this off and get some of the grit and grime off of it. Somebody been in here years ago and sprayed some paint, which that's going to help, but there's some spots where there's some minor pitting going on, like right in here, like right in here. There's some minor pitting, but that isn't nothing that can't be neutralized by the vinegar and water solution. Now basically I just want to knock the big stuff off so that I can start using my mixture. Now this is a vinegar and water 50-50 mix, and all we're going to do is we're just going to get it wet. All right, and yes, your shop is going to smell like a summer's eve. This shit stinks, okay? But this does do the job. This does do the job. Okay, now all I want to do is just keep this wet for half an hour to an hour to let this do its thing. And then we're going to take a brush to it again and do it one more time. And then we're going to rinse it off with water, dry it, and then we'll prime it. And that will have neutralized all that rust. Some of it's going to turn black and some of it's going to stay a little brown, But the basic chemistry of this is that vinegar, if you keep it on there long enough, it will eat it away and neutralize it. Because the reason I didn't take a stripping pad to this and strip it all down to shiny metal is because I want to keep as much of that as I can. Integrity, thickness wise, I don't want to be grinding it and making it thin, because the thinner the metal is, the easier it is to go through and try to rust again. So I want to keep as much of this as I can. All right, so we're going to keep this wet. I'm going to start cleaning on the shop, tinkering with some other stuff, and we'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes, and I had a little timer set on my phone. It's been going off every 5 minutes. I've been coming by and giving it another squeeze just to keep it wet. So now we're going to take the drill and the scrubber to it again one more time, and we're going to do another 15 minutes. And then we're going to wash it with plain water and then dry it off with air and wipe it down and see what we got. Okay, now this is just about a half an hour's worth, but it's just 2 deals with the brush and 30 minutes of being wet with a 50-50 vinegar water mix. Okay. I'm going to bring you in a little closer on this one, because I can already tell this is already dislodging a bunch of it. Look at that. Yes. Oh. My alarm going off. Woo, look at that. Look at that. Is that not? Look at that. Yes. Okay. So. Oh my goodness, is that even so much better? Just 15 minutes. All right, so we're going to keep this wet for another 15. All right, we're going to buff it one more time. And then we're going to wash it down with clean water, and then we're going to spray it dry, wipe it down, and we'll take a look nice and close. And then we're probably priming just to cover it up, just to protect it. But look at that. That's paint. That's how you do it. Five-minute timer. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, I used the whole thing. I ended up using the whole thing. But it was worth it. Still just a lot of, look at that. Just a lot of dirt, a lot of rust, a lot of grime coming out. Now you have to get the chemical off. You have to get the vinegar off, or else it'll eat its way through. Over time, it'll eat its way through the paint and bubble everything up and mess everything up. So you actually do have to wash the vinegar off, because it will eat through stuff. It will. Now you'd think right now it'd be clean, but see, it's not. But it's clean enough. It still has debris on it. Still has that old rust debris on it. Now, man, did this turn out good. See that? That's fresh metal. That was covered in a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch of just junk. Okay, that was rotting and ruining this metal. Okay. That turned out pretty good. Okay, now we're going to take the air to it. We're going to dry it. Okay, now she's dry. You can see there's, I don't know if you can see it well, but there is brand new fresh metal showing, and all this is, it might still be brown, but it's neutralized. It's not going to rust anymore. So we're just going to take some 2-in-1 sandable, and we're going to put a coat on this. And I ain't masking anything off. I am not doing nothing. I just want to protect that, to keep that from ever happening again. So we're just going to do a coat and call it a day. I don't think I'm going to be taking these fenders on and off on a regular basis. So I want to do as much as I can now to protect it for the future, because I like this truck. The more I play with it, the more I'm messing with it, the more I'm enjoying the way it's going to turn out. So I have a lot of plans, and I'm really doing a lot of daydreaming, and I'm looking forward to this truck. That's about all there is to it. I mean, it's just, there's some elbow grease, and I used the timer on my phone. It took a half an hour. It took one bottle. It's about 24 ounces, 50-50 mix with water and vinegar, and just Walmart, $1.99 a gallon. I actually got a gallon and a half for $1.99 today, and it works. It absolutely works. You saw new shiny metal where that vinegar had ate off with a little bit of elbow grease. Now I'm going to say, now you can do this by hand with a brush, but I like using that power tool. I mean, and it saves a lot of time, and it saves a lot of back breaking, a lot of knuckles for me. So, and it saves a bunch of time. So it's just like, you keep it wet for 30 minutes, and you buff it a couple of times, and it will have great results for you. All right. So if you're still here, like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell. Get told when, get notified when I put a new one out. I'm kind of enjoying this, so I'm gonna be doing content on this truck. So we're gonna go a little bit of time. So come along for the ride. Y'all have a great day, because a great day today could be even better day tomorrow. Y'all be good.